Good morning, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We're at 21850 Southeast Cottontail Drive here in Sandy. We're going to put the camera down some downspouts. Right now we're at the back of the house, right by the air conditioning unit. We're going to start with this one, then we'll work our way around. There's only a few that actually have downspouts. A lot of them are just kicked out onto the ground. Got somewhat of a deformation there in the line. The plastic does not appear to be perforated though. As you get further down into here though, it's looking like it's pretty full up. I can't really scope any further than that. The line's got almost 100% blockage in it. So that's something you could do some cleaning on, try and blow it out, auger it out, remove some of that debris. Alright, so this line here is pretty much doing a straight shot out the back towards the rear fence line. The line starts to make a turn, like it's kind of heading towards the little ADU type thing back here, but I don't get far enough to know if that's where it actually, the trajectory of it actually goes, but that's kind of the direction it's heading. If we're going the same direction I located out there, it would actually, I think, miss the house and go around the back left corner of it. But it could very well make another turn there and head on over to this little ADU over here. But anyway, there's the downspout. We shot straight out here into the backyard, kind of angling again towards that back left corner of the home. But I only made it to about 11 feet before hitting too much debris buildup.
And then it just got...
And so we're just on the other side of the stairs now, still in the back of the house. This one's got a busted couple 90s here on the top of the pipe. It's probably still getting most of the water where it needs to go, for the exception of times you have really heavy rainstorms. I would recommend getting that fixed though, so all your water is going down the pipe and not escaping. And then same issue here, where the whole thing's loaded with pine cones and all kinds of junk like that. So if this thing's got a complete blockage in it, this may very well overflow and run water right towards this ADU back here. But we're going the same direction as the other one. It's heading towards the ADU here. Both of these are in need of being cleaned out. I'm sure a reasonable amount of water volume percolates through that stuff, but if you get heavy rain, it's not going to. It'll start coming back. Here's this piece of pipe. There's the little ADU, and it's heading that direction. We didn't even quite get out from underneath the concrete pad there. All right, now we're at the front of the house here. We're just to the left of the front door. Get my camera flipped around so you can see that. There's the front doorway. This one doesn't have a downspout plugged into it. Mostly trying to figure out the direction these are going. And so it's the water problem you're having over at that ADU. I don't think it happens consistently, but I'll show it here in a moment. My camera does not want to make this stinking turn here. Let's see. Yeah, all these drains could probably use a jetting. There's a fair amount of buildup in this one too. So this one is moving from left to right. That's if you're looking at the front of the home from the driveway. But when you go back, and I'll show it with the camera, there is a downspout off that ADU, the front left corner, that is kicked out onto the ground on top of a rock that is angling right back towards the house. I have a feeling that that downspout may be a humongous part of your problem. I'll show it with the camera here in a minute. Alright, we're making our way over towards the driveway area right now to cross under it and probably get around to the other side of the house. The problem I'm having here is just the amount of turns in this line and debris. Storm systems are not built the same way that a sewer line is, because they're generally not handling solids, they're just handling water. And so they're extremely convoluted with lots of turns and a lot of sharp turns that a sewer line would not normally have in them. That allows the camera to go through a lot easier. And everything right now seems to be making its way over towards the right side of the property. Alright, so we're here at here's the house behind us, the main house, and we're at the little ADU here. There's the air conditioning unit. This is the pipe here that I think is probably your biggest issue of them all, even with those being clogged over there. This puppy is kicked out right into the ground with a rock that's angled at like a 45-degree angle going right back towards the house. So basically 100% of the water that's coming through this downspout here is going right back to your foundation. And it sounds like that's where a lot of that water is getting into this building from, is this corner right here. So this makes the most sense. I would recommend getting these downspouts drained out. And based on the locates I've done at all the different downspouts, everything appears to be running this direction towards this side of the property. Most of them I can't get through far enough to see the end of them, but it's all coming this direction. So I think here is where you need to do your drainage work and get some type of French drain system, or at least put a pipe on this thing and kick it out far enough that the water is getting away from the home and going down the pathway. But ideally, put some kind of drainage system in the ground so that it can handle both light and heavy volume rain. And if you do any cleaning on these gutters and the downspout lines, make sure a rescope is done afterwards to check to make sure that the debris has been cleaned out, or the vast majority has, and that the condition of the pipes are still in good shape. The sewer line, though, sewer line's doing great, functions nicely, super clean. Downspouts, they appear to be functioning, but there's a lot of debris buildup in them. I would recommend getting cleaned out. This one over here at the ADU, though, this I would call a non-functioning downspout. It looks like it's diverting every drop of water right back into the house.